What is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to round number 3 of Apex Online Racing Season 5. Here today for the Chinese Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the first 2 episodes, I recommend you go check those out right now. We've been able to pick up right where we left off at the end of Season 4 with 2 wins from 2 races, so far so good. China, one of my strongest tracks, so hopefully we can keep the momentum going. Let's go to qualifying and see what we can do. Alright then, here we are, Chinese Grand Prix. Just checking the weather first and foremost. I was really praying for a dry weekend, to be honest. I did not want it to rain. Thankfully, that wish come true. It's going to be a full dry weekend, so that's nice. Will be the first time, I think, this season. We don't really count Bahrain because, let's face it never rains in the desert. But anyway, going out at the start of the session on a set of softs. Just trying to get a read for the track. That's not the way you're meant to be parked. I think that was crossy. Yeah, interesting parking style. That's definitely not where you're meant to be, and definitely not the fastest way around this racetrack. But anyway, we come back in. We didn't actually go set a real full-on qualifying lap. As I said, I just wanted to try and get a gauge for the track conditions and whatnot. So we come in, sat in the garage for a little bit, and now we've gone out on the hard compound tyres. LJB to the top now. Unsurprisingly, Pete pretty quickly dispatches of him. As we come around now on the end of our hard tyre lap, we've got Chucky on provisional pole, on the soft tyres mind you. We go P2, best of the hard runners. We went for a cool down lap, and then I decided actually to go again. And the main reason was because on the first lap, we completely bottled that hairpin right there. So as you can see, we gained nearly 2 tenths. This might be enough to actually just jump Chucky for provisional pole up to the line. And it is 32-2, and that's provisional pole position here so far for the Chinese Grand Prix. Jumping back into the garage now onto the live TV feed. About 4 minutes remaining in the session basically. Jumping on board with our teammate Stuart McKenzie, who has decided to run on the softs, oddly enough. He goes provisional pole on a 1:31.6. Interesting strategy from our teammate there. Be interesting to see if he can make that work for his first points of the season. But anyway, the end of the session now. We're out there on our medium compound tyres with purple for the first and second sector. Swaggy provisionally on pole. Stuart, I believe, is still in second from a McLaren, I think that is. On Chucky, I think. Anyway, hard on the brakes, down into the hairpin. We're currently P4. We should easily jump up, hopefully, to the front row of the grid. It should be P1 as long as we get through this final corner okay. Throw it through there, run a little bit wide, to be honest, as we come up to the line. Is this pole position? Yes, it is, on a 1:31.3. And so far, so good. As we jump back to have a look at our championship rivals. First off, Darren, only P5. Come back now to have a look at Pete. Comes around the final corner. Both Mercedes running wide through there, oddly enough. And he comes up the line and he only goes P7. Jump back on board with the Season 1 champion Dubsy in the Ferrari. Takes a much better line through that final corner than anyone else I've seen. And he goes P4 right alongside our teammate Stuart McKenzie. So pretty interesting lineup, not going to lie. I expected both Mercedes to probably be second and third, to be brutally honest, coming into this. So there's the qualifying order. Pole position again, 3 races in a row now, I believe. Swaggy P2 from our teammate Stuart McKenzie. Dubsy. Then we have the Rumble, I think that is, from Pete. Then Chucky, Darren, Plevs, and LJB, I think that is, rounding out the 10. So, pretty interesting. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good launch and hold Swaggy off. Obviously this race was about half an hour after round 2 of the Elite Series in Bahrain. If you haven't seen that video, I do recommend you go check that one out, because myself and Swaggy had a bit of an incident at the first corner.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. We do manage to win the race anyway, despite turn 1 contact with Swaggy. I wasn't very impressed, I'm not going to lie. So, anyway, but we won't worry about that. That happened, I don't know, a while ago now. We're here, round 3, AOR, Chinese Grand Prix. Dry weather for the full race. We don't have to worry about rain, thankfully. I didn't know wet practice beforehand. I was really hoping that it was going to be full dry. And that is indeed what's happened. So, we've got our teammate up here to back us up today. Hopefully he might be able to get his first points of the season and a decent haul of points at that. But reforming on the grid now. Pole position again. 3 out of 3 so far. Hopefully we can convert that into our third win of the season. But yeah, you can't speak too soon. We've got to get off the line first. So
be patient and watch
we've done the first part of the job. So let's go and finish it off. So here we are, reformed, back on the grid now, just waiting for the last couple of cars, and we should be good to go. So here we go, awaiting 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix, round number 3 here today, and away we go. Pretty decent start it looks like. We've just got Swaggy in the Alpha. Yes we have. We cover from the inside, and there we go, we lead into turn 1, taking a very tight line through this first section. I didn't want to take a chance of Swaggy or anyone trying to sneak underneath me. We got Stuart, McKenzie and Dubsy going side by side for third. I think Stuart has just managed to hold on, and he has. But there's a bit of contact back there, yellow flags, and Dubsy is out of the race. Contact with the Mercedes of Darren, I think that was. And one of our main championship rivals, the guy who was directly behind us, is out before the first lap. So wow, okay, so eventful first lap, but anyway, we got to get on with it. Swaggy still behind us, hanging with us quite well, not going to lie. On the end of lap 2 now, fastest lap of the race, 35.3 I think that is. So far so good at least, so looking good for the moment. Team radio.
The gap behind us is 3.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:36.4.
Alright, so we've got about 3.5 second lead over Swaggy. I think the Mercedes have just overtaken Stuart as well on the back straight, Darren. And I think Pete is probably going to get him on the front straight if Stuart doesn't come in. I think he actually did peel him at the end of lap 6. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, on to lap 10 now, and Darren has caught up to Swaggy and has overtaken the Alpha, so one of the Mercedes is now up into second, and Pete will undoubtedly try and get by Swaggy as quickly as possible as well, and the Mercedes will try and chase us down. Wouldn't expect anything less, so hopefully we can hold these guys off if they do start to gain on us. On to lap 12 now. We were actually scheduled to come in last lap, but I decided to go a lap longer just to make sure that I had had some fresher tyres and maybe just had a slight advantage. The mediums actually hung in there fairly well, not going to lie. Still had really good pace even at the end of this stint, so let's hope for another good stop from the Williams boys. Mediums off, hards on. 2.5 second stop, in and out, clean stop from the boys there, so happy with that, thank you very much. We re-emerge on the racetrack now. Spilly and Contrast, I believe, are in as well, as Pete sets the fastest lap of the race now. Obviously, I think one Mercedes come in a lap ago on lap 11, and the other come in on lap 10, I think. Don't quote me on that, but anyway. So, fastest lap of the race from Pete. He's going to hell for leather, trying to chase us down. So we'll try and respond hopefully next lap, get that fastest lap back, and yeah, hopefully get that extra point. On to lap 14 now, purple in the middle sector. We're basically going for a qualifying lap right now, just to try and rebuild that gap and make it as big as we possibly can through the final corner. This has been a really good lap, not going to lie. We should go purple up to the line, and we do on a 34.6, so pretty decent lap. Fastest lap now belongs to us again, so we are set to score 26 points at the moment. On to lap 20 now, I decided that we were going to try and just lower the marker a little bit and just try and hit the nail on the head and just hammer home the point that we're going to get 26 points, come across the line and it's another fastest lap of the race, 34.472. I was pretty convinced that that was enough, but yeah, that's what I thought in the first two races, and it got nicked away from us right at the end. On lap 23 now, yellow flags ahead of us. There's a Red Bull off in the gravel. I think that was Andre. I think. Don't quote me on that. I couldn't quite tell, but anyway. Lap 23, we've got a fairly reasonable margin over the two Mercedes. We've been able to build it out. I think it's around 10 seconds now. And yeah, looking good on the lap 26. And Andre actually nicks the fastest lap of the race. I think he must have come in for a new set of softs maybe. So final lap of the race, I decided, you know what, I want 26 points. We're going to go for an all-out blast and see if we can somehow get that fastest lap back and get that extra point. I wasn't really optimistic that I'd be able to get this done, not going to lie. The hards were quite worn, didn't really feel too flash, but anyway, sector 1, we're green on our own personal best. We're not purple, mind you, but we do only need to find about 0.2 of a second, so hopefully we might be able to get it back. Second sector now, and we're purple in the second sector, so looking good. We might be able to nick this fastest lap back. It's going to be really close as to whether we can. We're running a bit low on fuel. We're going to be running right on the limit of ERS as well, all the way down the back straight now. Overtake mode on the ERS, rich fuel mixture. Expert was disqualified after the race. I think that was actually because he didn't use 2 tyre compounds, so yeah, you don't see that every day. But out of the hairpin now, up to the final corner. Is this going to be enough? We're going to win the race regardless, but is this going to be enough to get that extra point for fastest lap? Yes it is. Get in there, son. Now, I decided to actually include this in the video because this was awesome. 3 wide, this is for the final couple of points. There's their teammate Stuart McKenzie down into the hairpin, 3 wide through the hairpin. LJB, 5-second penalty, cutting the inside. That's probably a bit ridiculous, but anyway, on board with Stuart. Harry Tomato up the inside. Penalties are going to come into this. Is Stuart going to get his first points of the season? No, just misses out. P11. He did have a 3-second time penalty as well by memory, so that has basically made all the difference. So unfortunately it's not a double points finish for Williams, but he does get his first finish of the season, so hopefully we can build some momentum off that, and yeah, we'll keep getting stronger as the season goes on. But there we go, guys. Round 3 of Apex Online Racing, 3 wins out of 3. Perfect start to the season so far, and our championship defence. Long way to go, obviously. 18 rounds left. Anything can happen. This is far from resolved, far from said and done. Onwards and upwards, hopefully. On to Azerbaijan next time, Baku. So that will be pretty interesting to see how that'll all unfold for us. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. As always, if you did, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could leave a like, subscribe, stay tuned for plenty more. There's the finishing order from round 3. Mercedes coming home in P2 and P3. Swaggy home P4. Then we've got Contrast home in P5, so manages to bring a bit of glory home for the Ferrari team after a really disappointing round for Dubsy. But yeah, that's been today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, leave a like, subscribe, stay tuned for plenty more. And until the next video, I'll see you guys next time.